This call changed America forever. A man stands on a busy sidewalk in New York City. Cars rush past. People walk by without noticing. In his hand is a strange device. It is heavy. It has a long antenna. It looks like something from the future. He lifts it to his ear and makes a call. This moment changes the world. But how did America reach this point? To understand that, we go back nearly 100 years. In 1876, a Scottish-born inventor living in the United States, Alexander Graham Bell, receives a patent for the telephone. His invention allows voices to travel through wires. It is revolutionary. Homes and businesses across America begin to connect. But there is one limitation. You are tied to the wall. To speak, you must stand near a wire. For decades, that is simply the way it is. Then, in the early 1900s, radio technology advances. Wireless signals begin to travel through the air. The US military uses them for ships and operations. But these systems are large and complex, not something you can carry in your pocket. In the 1940s, American researchers begin asking a bold question. What if phones could be wireless? At Bell Labs, scientists develop a powerful idea. Instead of one giant signal tower serving an entire city, why not divide cities into smaller cells? Each cell would have its own tower. Calls could move from one cell to another as a person travels. This is the birth of the cellular concept, a purely American innovation in network design. But there is a problem. The early equipment is huge. In 1946, AT&T launches a mobile phone service for cars in St. Louis. It works, but only a few dozen calls can happen at once. The system is crowded and expensive. Still, the dream grows. Fast forward to the late 1960s. An American company decides to take the idea further. That company is Motorola. Inside Motorola works an engineer named Martin Cooper. Cooper believes something radical. Phones should not live in cars. Phones should live in people's hands. At the time, the giant telecommunications company AT&T is leading the race in cellular research. The competition is intense. Motorola works in secret to build the first true handheld mobile phone. Engineers push technology to its limits. They shrink components. They fight battery problems. They design antennas that can send signals clearly. Finally, the day arrives. April 3rd, 1973, New York City. Martin Cooper steps onto 6th Avenue, in front of reporters. He holds a prototype called the DynaTAC. It weighs about 2.5 pounds. The battery lasts just 30 minutes. Charging takes about 10 hours. But none of that matters, because Cooper is about to prove something historic. He dials a number. And here is the twist. He calls his rival at AT&T's Bell Labs. When the line connects, he calmly says he is calling from a real handheld cellular phone. That call is the first public handheld mobile phone call in history, and it happens in America, built by an American company, on the streets of New York City. The world does not fully understand the moment yet, but it is a turning point. It takes 10 more years of testing and government approvals. Finally, in 1983, Motorola releases the first commercial handheld mobile phone in the United States, the DynaTAC 8000X. The price? About $3,995. In today's money, that is well over $10,000. Still, people buy it, because freedom is priceless. Through the 1990s, digital networks expand across America. Text messaging appears. Phones become smaller, stronger, smarter. American companies continue leading innovation. In 2007, another major moment happens. Apple introduces the iPhone. It combines phone, internet, camera, and computer in one device. Once again, the mobile phone is reinvented on American soil. From wired calls in the 1800s to the first handheld cellular call in 1973, to the modern smartphone revolution, the mobile phone's defining breakthroughs are deeply rooted in the United States. The mystery is not who invented it. The truth is layered. Alexander Graham Bell laid the foundation. Bell Labs created the cellular theory. Motorola built the first handheld device. Martin Cooper made the first public call. American regulators approved the first system. American companies commercialized it. It was not one single spark. It was generations of American innovation. So the next time you hold your phone, remember that busy New York sidewalk. Remember that bold engineer. Remember that first call. A call that proved voices could travel freely through the air. A call that helped connect billions of people. And remember, the modern mobile phone was born from American vision, American engineering, and American courage to compete and innovate. The signal that changed the world started here, in the United States of America. If you enjoyed this true American tech mystery, don't forget to like, comment, and share, because the next great innovation story might be just